up, everyone? Welcome to another episode of Next Success. I'm Skylar Beitendorf,
And I'm Adam Bastian.
and today we're just having a conversation. It's been a little while since we've recorded, and so maybe we'll do a quick update what we're up to and why we haven't recorded for a minute. Do you want me to go first?
Yeah, let's take it away.
All right. Well, so over the last, because I think it's been a month since we've recorded, and something like that. Yeah. And for a while, I've mentioned it on the podcast a couple times, but I'm creating a subscription box. It's called Coaching Box. And I've been putting a lot of time, money, and mental bandwidth into creating it, developing it, testing it. Right now, about a dozen people have it, and they're testing it out for me, and it's going really well. And so I'm also building a website and figuring out how to take payments, and but I won't go into too much detail about that. But I've been spending a lot of time doing that, and it's been really cool, really good. And then, I don't know, just been living life normal. Other than that, been helping another friend start their podcast. And now that it's spring and warmer now, I'm working a lot more because I have a home maintenance business. So I've been working a lot more. So that's also been taking up a lot of my time. And yeah.
Nice.
That's about it.
I just moved and stuff and applying for jobs and looking for other opportunities that are bigger than what I got. So I'm a firm advocate. If you want something better than what you got, you need to apply yourself everywhere and the right thing will happen. So
I agree.
That pretty much sums up my life in the past couple months.
Yeah, and because moving's a big thing, it takes a lot of energy to find a place and to actually move, and
yeah, it does.
Because you're looking at multiple places, multiple options.
Mm-hmm. I even found I found one place, and I was about to sign a contract, and then they were like, "Nope, just kidding." They're like, "We think this isn't right for you," even though they said that I was the only one applying for it. I was like, "What the frick?" Anyway. It was stupid. Yeah. And then the next one, I was going to rent a place. And then, like, right before I was going to move into it, he's like, "I'm actually going to sell it." And I was like, "What?" So then I found a place. But I applied myself everywhere, and I found a place, which I think is the right place.
Mm-hmm.
So that's where, like, I think that a lot of things in our lives, like, if you want something better than what you have, you need to be willing to apply yourself everywhere. And I think if you're trying hard and you're trying to get to somewhere better, the right thing will happen.
Yeah. It's like that saying, it's like God can't steer a parked car. So like, oh, we didn't even move the blanket. Whatever.
Oh, we're chilling today.
We usually move this blanket on the couch. But anyway, God can't steer a parked car. And I feel like people can't progress forward if they're not actually moving in one direction or another. I feel like some people are so afraid for change, for new, so they don't move forward, but they also don't know what they want, but they'll never figure out what they want because they never go for it. They never start moving, and they don't even know their options because they haven't, looked for apartments, so they don't know what's available. But yeah, what would you say is like the biggest thing you've learned over the last month, or just something that keeps going through your mind?
I would say the biggest thing that's been going through my mind recently is just like when you feel like change is coming, it probably is.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Or when you feel like you need to change something, you should do it.
Uh-huh.
And I think that's kind of what I've been feeling for a while now. It's like I need to change something, and I need to change it now. And I don't really know what it is yet. So I just start changing little things, and I try to figure it out, by that, I guess process of elimination or whatever.
Yeah.
And I think that's what we kind of both been doing. We've both been kind of going in our own direction in a way, like figuring out more so what we want these past couple months, and we've been going to get it. And it's neat because we're both actively pursuing something bigger than what we are now.
Yeah.
And I think that's huge. And I think that really brings a lot of power into like our conversations and even like just in our lives, like personally,
Yeah.
like a lot more confidence, a lot more pride, good pride, not bad pride. But, and it bleeds over into everything else in our lives because we're not settling for something that, I guess we're not settling for less when we know that we could have more.
Right. It's like kind of what makes the conversations like, I don't know, interesting. It's because we're actually applying ourselves in, and I think a lot of people are, but we're just specifically talking about like our journeys. But
Yeah.
I totally agree. Like when you feel like change is coming, it probably is. Like you
Mhm.
can sense it. It's kind of weird, kind of like how a dog senses there's, a natural disaster is going to happen right before it does. But I've been feeling that too. And I feel like my life is going to look completely different in a year from now.
Mine too.
And like, but even in like the next like 6 months, or I don't know, it could be in the next month, but I feel like things are starting to shift from one scene to another.
Mm-hmm.
And like, it's kind of scary because I don't know what that's going to look like. I don't know how it's going to happen, but like, I don't know, just like have faith that no matter what happens, like it'll be okay. Like everything works out. It always does. I'm
Mhm.
still here, right?
Yeah.
We've been through a lot.
Could be worse.
Yeah. So cool. Nice.
No, I feel that same way. I feel like, I don't know, I guess I hope that my life is significantly different in a year from now, and it always is.
Yeah.
But I'm really looking for that next step to change it, because I'd hate to look back. Like I don't like looking back in my life and realizing I didn't really do anything for like months, or for a year.
Yeah.
Like it's kind of like it gives me like a sick feeling in my stomach to know that, because it's like you just did nothing but go on cruise control for like a year,
Mm-hmm.
and you really didn't get anything done, but you could get something significant done. Like you can get so much done in a year. You can get so much done in 6 months. You can get so much done in a week. But you just need to plan it and do it.
Right. Yeah, I think that's one of the things that like scares me the most is like, I don't know, looking 4 or 5 years in the future and being like exactly where I'm at now, like nothing's changed. Or even looking like 6 months behind me, it's like, have I actually moved myself forward? Am I in a complete different spot, or am I in the same place that I was 6 months ago? And I hate that feeling because it's just like spinning your wheels, being on cruise control.
Mm-hmm.
It's like you're just not like
Stuck in the mud.
things are happening, but nothing's changing.
Yeah.
So and it's hard to like look at that in the moment because we feel like just because we're living life, things are gonna get better, things are gonna change. But unless you're consciously like or like actively trying to improve yourself in your life, like you're just spinning your wheels. You're just on cruise control. You're just coasting through life. But you got to do the hard things that you don't want to do. And it's funny, like I've been reading this book, Atomic Habits. We have it next to us.
I had that book for a second. I didn't read it. My roommate gave it to me. He said, you would really like this book. And he gave it to me. And then I had to give it back.
Dang it.
Because we moved. But I didn't get a chance to read it yet.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I'm reading it. My whole family's reading it. In my coaching box, so it's a subscription box, right? So in it is like a book of the month, and the first one is Atomic Habits. So like almost my whole family's reading it, and I have some family friends reading it, and so we've all been talking about habits. But it's so cool because it talks a lot about like if you're the same place you are today that you were a year ago, it's because your habits are the same. Like it's like the daily little steps that actually you can like if you take small steps, then in a year from now you'll be like, holy crap, I'm actually like look different, feel different, I'm in a different place. It's like working out. One day of working out, nothing's going to change. 30 days of working out, nothing's really going to look that different. You probably won't notice it, but it's 90 days out, 365 days later, you know it's a big difference. Or like when an airplane takes off, if it's 1 degree off, because I believe we're either growing, we're expanding, or we're getting smaller, we're like deteriorating in a way.
Mhm.
Like when a plane takes off from California and it's heading to New York, if it's 1 degree off, it'll be over 500 miles off of where it actually needs to be. I don't know if that's accurate numbers right there, but I've people
Just
talk
false
about that all the time.
truths over here.
False truths. But the idea is like just being off a little bit or making one little change in your life to working out every day or reading books every day or just changing your little habits, actually getting to bed on time can radically change your health, your physical health, your mental health, your financial well-being, or
Mhm.
your relationships. So it's just like those little things that add up to big things.
Yeah.
I don't remember where that came from. You
No.
said something.
I don't remember either, but no, it's true. It's true. It's like what is it like? How do you move a mountain? It's like one shovel at a time.
Yeah.
You know, like a shovel's pretty small, a mountain's pretty big, but you can move a mountain if you start digging.
Mm-hmm. And it kind of sounds cliche to like say that,
But-
everyone's like, oh, how do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time. Like,
Yeah.
I feel like that gets tossed around so much. People kind of just like, I don't know. It's kind of like seeing cars on the road. Like that's not weird. But if you take someone from, the 1800s to now, they're gonna be like, what the freak? But we've come so used to like hearing that, like take the small bites of the elephant, to move a mountain, do one shovel at a time, that it's like, people don't really think about that much more than just that surface level, just those little bites.
Well,
But,
I think it's kind of daunting to think about too, because I mean it's hard.
yeah,
I mean, eating an elephant, no doubt, would be hard. That thing's massive.
yeah,
You know what I mean?
uh-huh,
I mean, the thing's got. I mean, what were they like? Over 2 tons, or like a ton, 2,000 pounds. Like they're huge.
yeah,
they're like
gotta be.
they're giant animals, and that would take a long time. And so would digging up a mountain.
right,
That would take a long time. But doing one shovel is easy.
mm-hmm,
Doing one bite is easy. But that repetitiveness and monotony of it gets hard. I've been thinking a lot about that, just repetitiveness and the monotony of life. That's the right word, right? Like it's repetitive, monotonous.
sure,
I think so. But I was thinking about this last night because I was like, man, I'm sick and tired of like the monotony of life. Like I wake up, I eat breakfast, I go to work, I go to bed, I wake up, I eat breakfast, I go to work, I go to bed, I wake up, I eat, and I'm like,
yeah,
oh, it's driving me insane because I'm like, this is not who I am. Some people love it. Some people love the plan. Some people love the schedule.
yeah,
Some people
for
love
them.
that structured. I can't do it. I can't. My brain goes insane when I can like replay every day.
Yeah.
And I hate that. And so I've been really looking for something that will change that for me. Where it's like where I can wake up, I can go to work, but for work I do something different every single day. Where I wake up somewhere else every single day, or I eat something else every single, it's like to change it up. Like my brain needs that. Personally, I can't just sit down and do the same things day after day and grow. Like it hurts me. It hurts my soul.
yeah, totally. Well, and like that's the thing. A big part of that is like you're gonna do the same. If you do the same things every day, like time is gonna pass by whether you like it or not. So you can either spend your days improving yourself, or you can spend them sitting on the couch scrolling through those social media, eating the same foods that have gotten you where you're at, or have the same habits. Like no matter what, time's going to change, so you might as well create some new habits. You might as well do some things that are going to move you and improve you,
Mm-hmm.
because a year's going to go by. Do you want to look back at that year and be in the same spot, or do you want to be making those small changes? Another thing with like eating the elephant or moving the mountain, some parts are going to be easy, some parts are going to be hard.
Yep.
You're moving a mountain, some of it's going to be loose, soft dirt, but then you're going to start hitting like thick roots or rock that you got to move. So like you're going to have to adapt as you're making that change as you're like approaching that goal and getting closer to achieving it. But it's like focus on the systems and the process of getting what you want. Don't just focus on getting what you want. Focus on how you're getting there and what you need. But yeah.
I don't know. Do you feel that way? Do you feel like the repetitiveness of a life eats at you? For me, it does. For other people, I know it doesn't. But for you, does it?
It does, yeah. Like if I haven't gone out and I don't know, just taken a road trip or done something fun or like I sleep. Here's what I hate: sleeping every single night of my life in the same bed in the same room. Like I want to go sleep outside. I want to go sleep in different hotels. I want to switch up where I sleep. And I think that ought to be a goal for everybody. Spend at least one night a month. And more is better, but like at least one night a month outside of your own like bed, your own four walls that you usually sleep in.
Mm-hmm.
Like get out, switch it up. Because a lot of times that can be done for free. You can go be homeless for a day.
It's true.
Or just go stay with a friend or something like. But yeah, the same thing every day, it is monotonous. It hurts. But like, because I do have my own businesses and I'm, growing those and starting different things, it does switch it up for me. So I don't have quite as much as that as like I think I used to.
Mm-hmm.
Because the fun thing about starting a business or growing a business is it's always changing. The market changes, pricing changes, the way you can service people or products change. But there's always like the next step that's different. It's not like, I don't know, like I used to work at a skating rink. And so every single day it was the same thing. We'd order people's pizza, we'd bring it out to them, we'd get them skates, we'd sell them glowy, flashy little gizmos.
Yeah.
It was the same thing every day. It was a never ending battle.
Yeah, you could tell yourself like know exactly what was going to happen tomorrow or next week.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I could tell you, I can guarantee you the people that I worked with there that are still there are still doing the same jobs that they were 4 or 5 years ago when I worked there.
Mm-hmm.
Is because it's the same thing. It's a never-ending battle. Yeah, it might slightly change. Everything slightly changes a little bit, but it's mostly the same thing. Whereas building a business or starting your own podcast like this, it's like, okay, let's change the format a little bit. Let's change from doing it from the table to the couch and talk about different things. It's like, oh, let's try different equipment. And it's kind of fun to test different things and
we have more freedom.
Is freedom, yeah. I think that's the thing I value more than like anything else.
Yeah.
Like I'd rather make $100,000 a year working for myself, being able to choose when I work, what I do, when I do it, versus making $200,000 a year working for someone else. And I got to wake up at a specific time, work 9 to 5 every single day, get 2 weeks off. Because I don't know, it's just for me, like the freedom of not being able to choose like what days I have off. Like if it's, let's say, 10 years in the future, I have kids, I want to have those days off to go on vacation with them, with my family, but also be there for their birthdays and to go to their basketball games or their graduate, whatever it is. Like having that freedom is so valuable to me. But then it also makes it more fun because I can switch it up.
It's true. I think this just shows that, our personalities we have a lot of things that kind of intermingle, intertwine.
Yeah.
They're very similar. But, like I think we both know people who love that schedule.
Yeah, I'm not saying that.
And it's like, for me, it's hard to think about. It's like, it's hard to wrap my head around why somebody would like that. And like, man, I have tried to understand and I just don't. I don't get it. It makes me super confused and and I just can't help but like honestly judge them for it, which is wrong. But like when I hear someone that's like, man, I just love it. Wake up every day, go to work, go home. I'm like, man, low life, but like, I try to, I'm learning not to, but I mean, but honestly, that's like my first thought is like how can you do this to yourself? Like there's so much more, but we need people like that. Like there's nothing wrong with it.
Mm-mm.
It's like, I mean, you even separate it like leaders and followers. Like a leader needs people to follow him, or else he's not a leader at all,
Right.
right? And so, I don't know.
Absolutely. Well, and I think there's a lot of safety in having routine, like it being the exact same every day, because
Mhm.
you know exactly what's going to happen. It's a lot safer. But like there's because so like
But the people who take the risks create those safe opportunities for those guys.
right. But if
Right.
it's risky for the guy who created it, then it's also risky for the other people. Because what if he messes up?
Well, we'll take it like this: it's risky to start a successful business.
Yeah.
Right. Like you look at Steve Jobs, or like, anybody. Like, it was risky for him to do that, and you know how many times he failed? Like, so
Right.
many times.
Yeah.
And it was risky for him. He lost a bunch of money. But now look what he created. He created Apple. And now people have stable jobs with Apple that I don't think will ever fall
Yeah.
unless the world goes like, nukes and stuff, like
Right.
post-apocalypse, whatever. But like, it was because of his risk he created these
Mhm.
opportunities for these people that were safe, stable opportunities,
Yeah.
for income, for a job, for a career, for a life. But if he wasn't willing to take that risk, that would never happen.
Right.
And I think this is like, it shows the importance of like opposites and everything. Like, we need these type of people, the risky type of people, for the safe people, the safe type of people. We need it.
Yeah.
We need each other.
I like that a lot.
And the risky people are nothing without the stable people, because the stable people support the risky guy because they
Mhm.
believe in him. Because they're like, I don't want to do that, but I'll help you.
yeah.
Like, as long as, like, I'll give you $10. Like, that's $10 that I don't.
Mm-hmm.
But 1,000 people give him $10. That's a lot of money that he gets
Yeah.
to start his risky business. And then more people see it and they give him 10 more bucks. Boom. It grows. And it's
Right.
just like, it shows the importance of like the opposites. So by no means do I want to say like I'm just bagging on people who don't think the way that I think.
Yeah.
But I don't understand it, but I'm thankful and extremely grateful that there are people like that because they help me.
Right. Yeah. Because that's the thing is we're saying like there's nothing wrong with that. But like just like how it's hard for me to see somebody who I don't know likes a certain genre of movie or like entertainment, but like I don't find appealing to me at all.
Mm-hmm.
Like I don't really care to go out and watch a football game. Like I would probably enjoy it, like it'd be cool, but I don't really care. Like I'll never like suggest that to my friend group. So it's like it's so weird for me to see people who are like so into sports that it affects their mood, it affects everything like about their life, and they like can't stop or can't not think about it, and they're so consumed with it. Like to me, that does not make any sense. But
I agree.
other people really like that stuff, and good for them. There's nothing wrong with that if that's
Yeah.
what you're into. And that's like kind of what we're saying. It's like it doesn't make sense to me why people like that. Why it's like that routine, the same thing every day, the same job, the same tasks. But it works for them, and that's what they like, and it's safe, and so it. I don't know. So it works for them. But this wouldn't work for me. It wouldn't work for me.
You said, I don't know.
Well, I lost my train of thought because I had this other one pop in my head because you said you were like straight up judging those people.
Oh, yeah, straight up.
But like, what does judging mean? Because like, I think anytime we look at someone, we automatically assume.
Well, you judge people. Like, I look at you and I'm like, oh man, look at his pants today, or
right?
like,
Yeah.
like you just automatically judge him, or like you're like, man, look, he looks good. That's a judge, right? You just
Right.
judged him. But like, I'm talking about like negatively viewing. Like my view on them is shifted more in a negative view than a positive view.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, if they don't think the way that I think, how dare they? I was
Right.
like,
That's what judging.
it's like
is.
they will never
less than.
measure up. They'll be unsuccessful.
Uh-huh.
And I thought that a lot as growing up. I was like, I just like especially like my family. I was like, man, you guys aren't the same as me. Like I'm a lot different than my family. And I used to be like, man, you guys suck. You guys don't know anything. I was like, you guys will
Yeah.
never be anything. And I look back and I'm like, how dare I do that?
Right.
But I still catch myself at times doing that, not to my family,
Mhm.
but just to people around me, people at my job,
Mhm.
people I meet in public. Like, I'm like, you can be so much more than you are, but you decide not to. I don't understand. low life, like.
Yeah.
But in reality, I don't really know what they're going through, and I think that that's fine. Like if people want to be that way, like maybe that's all they want to be, and maybe they're super happy and content where they're at. And who am I to say that they're not? Who am I to say they should be someone that they don't want to be?
Yeah.
And that's wrong. And the older I get, the more I realize that I've just been wrong a lot of the time. And I'm learning that it's okay that somebody is not like me.
Yeah.
And in fact, it's a good thing that nobody's like me, because I have more chances and opportunities, very unique and personal to me, that I can take that no one else can. So,
Yeah. It's projecting our standards onto other people, our way of living, the way we think things should be done. And I used to do that so much, and it was really toxic.
man, we probably would have hated each other when we were younger.
Yeah, go back 3-4 years. I think we would. I don't think we would have been friends, because I had
I don't
such
know,
like a closed-minded, like, you do these things, you do this, like that's not the right way to do it, or that's bad, or whatever. Like, but
Yeah, I would have hated you. And you probably would have hated me.
yeah, but like we have differences in that.
I was this short
That's cool.
little midget punk. So,
Yeah,
yeah,
I was always tall.
I
but
wasn't. When I got into high school, I was 5 foot.
Holy crap! I
Yeah.
was 6'2".
Yeah,
from
man.
15.
No, dude. I didn't. I stopped growing at like 20.
Whoa.
Yeah. So,
So weird how everyone's so different.
yeah, man. My twin brother was like 6 foot when we were like 13. And then I was over there like 4'9".
Shoot, it's so weird.
Yeah, dude.
Twins too.
I think I graduated, I was like 5'9", and now I'm 5'11". So I'm
Mhm.
like when I graduated high school, I was like, what the heck?
Wow.
Yeah, everyone would be like, they'd look at my twin brother and be like, oh, you're like what, 16, 17? He's like, I'm 12. And then they'd look at me and they'd be like, you're 8, 9. And I was like, I'm his twin brother. I'm 12.
I'm 12. Oh man.
Yeah. It's funny.
Yeah. It's funny. Well, now what? We didn't really have a plan for this podcast.
No, we
were just
didn't.
gonna talk, kind of update people.
I feel like it's gone well, though.
Yeah.
Talk about opposites and
Yeah.
not judging people.
Yeah. So to recap on the judging part, because I haven't thought a whole lot about this, but like, because anytime we look at someone, we're gonna make assumptions about them.
Mm-hmm.
But it goes to judging when we like think less of that person because of what they do. That's when it becomes judging, when it's like a negative thought. Because I can look at someone who's doing something that I wouldn't do and just be like, cool, that's how they do it. Or I can be like, why are they doing it like that?
Mm-hmm.
That's the wrong way. They're a bad person or whatever. So it's judging happens when we think less of that person. Is that what you said? Is that what?
Kind
Do you
of. I
agree
mean,
with
there's like good judging and then there's bad judging.
Yeah.
Like, if I'm like just judging you in a good light, I'm like, oh, okay, he's wearing a blue suit, like he's wearing a black shirt with like brown shoes,
Yeah.
black pants. I'm like, looks good. I just judged you for what you're wearing. It was in a good light.
Yeah.
What if I was like, he's wearing a black shirt, black pants, and brown shoes? Was he goth?
Was he gone?
Goth people are weird.
Yeah. Right.
But like, which I don't think, but like,
Right.
but like, it's just like, there's two different ways I looked at you,
Uh-huh.
two different ways I looked at your outfit and judged you for it. One was like, okay, he looks good, looks whatever. The next one was like, well, he looks dumb.
Uh-huh.
Like, how dare he wear that?
So control where the judgment goes after you notice something about someone. But like, you will be judged. You walk out your front door, you will be judged based off of like how you act, how you look, what you do, like everything. So knowing you're going to be judged, give them something to judge you off of, like well off of. I don't know.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but
Stand up straight.
yeah,
Let them think you're
but don't get
you're
too
bad.
consumed by it where you just,
where it's everything.
yeah,
Yeah.
where you're so self-conscious of it,
Uh-huh.
So, just be you, man.
Mm-hmm.
Chill out.
Any last words of wisdom?
Um, our next episode will be planned.
Yeah, we wanted to update.
But
I
this
think it was a good
one, this one was nice, just to chill out and talk for a second.
Let's go over like the format of the podcast, how it's going to look moving forward, which we don't fully know,
No,
but we want to start going live,
just winging it.
live with it over probably on like YouTube, Twitter, Facebook.
Stitcher. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, I don't know where all we can go live. Probably, I think we can on Twitch too. All those platforms at the same time.
Twitch.
We'll probably do this live, and
Well, if we go on Twitch, we got to be gaming. So
gotta be gaming. Not everyone's gaming. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. But these will be live on a specific day of the week, and we'd love to have different people come on too.
yeah,
And it'll be cool when it's live. It's cool because we'll be talking about what we're talking about, but you can actually interact with us. You can ask a question. You can give your opinion on something, and we'll talk about that if we feel like it's thought provoking or a good point.
yeah,
So look out for that. Not sure when the next one will be because we're kind of setting that up still, and
yeah.
we got our own things we're still working on, but we want to keep this going. And as always, it will be uploaded afterwards, after the live, up to Apple, Stitcher,
Stitcher
and
that
Spotify.
nobody uses.
Yeah, I hear people talk about Stitcher, but I don't know a single soul that
Yeah, I
uses it.
haven't heard anybody. Yeah, I was just on Stitcher today looking around. No.
Right? Yeah.
Oh man, yeah. So we'll just look out for that. It won't like we said, it won't be as constant or frequent as it has been. But
Yeah. At
we
least
do
for a
plan
little
on
while.
keeping it going, so it won't die. It will be slowed, but it won't die.
Yeah, because I think we're both like kind of going through a little transition
Yeah.
right now, trying to build certain things and like build our lives and ourselves. So
Mm-hmm.
we are investing more time into that. So
Yep, sure.
just because we don't come out with an episode every single week doesn't mean it's dead. We'll let you know if it's done. We'll have a final, but it's going to keep going. So
Yeah. Well, thanks for listening today to this episode. If you liked it, share it.
Yeah.
And give us a like. Spotify, Apple, whatever you listen on.
Mm-hmm.
And tell your friends.
We love the feedback, and we love to see the view count go up.
All right.
Let us know that people are listening.
We'll talk to you later.
See ya.